Good evening or good morning, because it's almost 2 in the morning here on March 19th, Thursday, March 19th, Eastern Time. And I'm reporting because I've got some very serious news to share. I'm going to share a Truth Social post from Trump. All right, let's go through this. Israel, out of anger for what has taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as South Pars gas field in Iran. A relatively small section of the whole has been hit. The United States knew nothing about this particular attack, and the country of Qatar was in no way, shape, or form involved with it, nor did it have any idea that it was going to happen. Unfortunately, Iran did not know this or any of the pertinent facts pertaining to the South Pars attack, and unjustifiably and unfairly attacked a portion of Qatar's LNG gas facility. No more attacks will be made by Israel pertaining to this extremely important, valuable South Pars field unless Iran unwisely decides to attack a very innocent, in this case Qatar, in which instance the United States of America, with or without the help or consent of Israel, will massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field at an amount of strength and power that Iran has never seen or witnessed before. I do not want to authorize this level of violence and destruction because of the long-term implications that it will have on the future of Iran, but if Qatar's LNG is again attacked, I will not hesitate to do so. Thank you for your attention to this matter, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, he's threatening, if I'm reading this right, he's threatening to nuke that whole region if Iran responds to being bombed by Israel on this gas facility. So I've got more. Here we go. So this is from Limitless, and he goes through a whole list of what this means. So let's just read this. Israel just made the single most dangerous military decision of the entire war, and nobody understands what they just triggered. Israel and the U.S. struck South Pars, the largest gas field on the planet, but here's what they didn't know or didn't care about. South Pars is jointly managed by Iran and Qatar. They didn't just attack Iran, they attacked the energy backbone of their own Gulf allies. Let this sink in, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. The IRGC just declared all major energy facilities across the entire GCC as direct and legitimate targets and warned strikes are coming in the coming hours. So this could be happening as I'm talking to you right now. Listed targets: Qatar's LNG complex, Saudi Aramco facilities, UAE oil terminals, everything. Saudi Aramco has already evacuated workers from the Sam-Ref refinery in Yanbu. They're not waiting. They know what's coming. Iranian hackers have already hit Aramco's digital systems, posting images and issuing threats to paralyze their infrastructure. Multiple explosions just heard in Riyadh, confirmed by Reuters, AFP, and AP. Siren sounding in the Saudi capital. So, do we understand what's happening? Qatar's LNG complex is the largest on Earth. It supplies 30% of the world's liquefied natural gas. If Iran hits it, Europe's heating supply disappears overnight. Not in months, overnight. Saudi Aramco is the most valuable company on the planet, worth $1.8 trillion. Its refineries process 12 million barrels per day. One successful strike takes 10% of the world's oil offline. In 2019, a single drone attack on Saudi Aramco's Abqaiq facility knocked out 5.7 million barrels per day and sent oil up 15% in one session. Iran now has 10 times the motivation and nothing left to lose. They're showing you precision strikes on Iranian targets. They're not showing you that those strikes just gave Iran the justification to destroy every oil facility from Qatar to Saudi Arabia to the UAE. So let's follow. Here's the logic. Follow it carefully. You can tell me if this makes sense. You bomb a gas facility that's jointly owned with Qatar. Qatar, your own Gulf ally, publicly condemns you. Iran uses the attack as justification to target all Gulf energy All Gulf Energy. IRGC formally declares Gulf facilities as legitimate targets. Aramco starts evacuating refineries. Explosions hit Riyadh. You didn't weaken Iran. You gave them the excuse to burn down the entire Gulf's economy. If this was a strategic victory, why is Aramco evacuating workers right now? Good question. If Iran's military is degraded, why are 6 Gulf nations scrambling to protect their oil fields from an attack they believe is imminent? Complete silence. You don't evacuate the world's most valuable company unless you know what's coming. The IRGC said coming hours, not days, not weeks, hours. And every Gulf state just went from spectator to target. This is no longer a war between the U.S. and Iran. This is a war that's about to erase the Gulf's entire energy infrastructure, the infrastructure that powers half the planet. Prepare accordingly, and we've got some sirens going on. They don't want you to see this and follow and blah, blah, blah. And so this is just a little map. I'll click on this map so you can see this is the area. And over here is the strait in this area over here. Okay, so I just wanted to get this information out to you, out to anybody who catches this video at 2 in the morning. This situation is escalating very rapidly. If I get more information, I'll definitely post it. Otherwise, I'll check back in the morning and see what is happening, and I will try to keep you updated. Look, folks, I don't know what to say. This war has gone completely out of control. Trump has absolutely no clue how to handle this situation. He thinks throwing around threats of nukes is going to calm the situation down. It's just going to escalate it further. And do I think he would drop one? I think, yeah. And Neil and I have discussed that. So, but praying that it doesn't come to that, and hopefully maybe some adults in the room speak up and get this under control. But in the meantime, please take care, stay safe. If you can, if you appreciate this information, please like, share, and subscribe. Either way, take care of each other. I'll talk to you soon.